Hello, Internet. Welcome to another episode of Cocktails and Curveballs. We're a little light in the pants today. Our maybe heaviest member isn't here, but we're gonna get right into it. Sorry, before we get too far in, thank you. You know, we do it every episode. I think this will be number 24 for us. Thank you to our military, past, present. You know, the bravest people in the world, so thank you to first responders also, want to shout them out. They're the best. Pretty good weekend, huh?
Great.
We want to get right into it.
Yeah,
super good weekend, man.
Texas over Alabama.
Yeah, can we talk about that a minute?
Yes.
Sark's doing a good job down there. Little bit worried after last year, I mean, they had all the potential in the world. It looked like last year also, but man, after last year's game, that game was epic. Of course, the Ewers got hurt in last year's game, and so they finished with a backup. But this year, man, it looked like they just ran away from Alabama.
Well, and it almost feels like this is Texas football, the Longhorns. Texas has notoriously been such a power school, and they've been down. Last year, I think they underachieved greatly, because you're right, they had a ton of talent. There was a lot of hype about them. But I'm sorry, when an coach that coached with Nick Saban goes and becomes a head coach and then goes into Alabama and breaks a 21-game winning streak at home for Nick Saban, I kind of dig that. It was actually awesome to see. And I'm sorry, that quarterback was at Milroe for Alabama, 2 picks. I mean, he can run, but his arm, he's got a cannon, but his accuracy and his decision making isn't there. And I think that cost Alabama a lot too.
Isn't it kind of, I don't know that funny is the right word, but like Alabama is like the barometer. Is that the right word? I don't know.
Sure.
That, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like if like now you're like, oh fuck, is Texas really good?
Yeah, I mean, the standard has always been Alabama.
There haven't been very many teams that have beat Alabama in the last decade.
Correct.
And if they did, those teams were usually pretty fucking good.
Think about this too, fellas. This is a precursor. This is a huge statement by Texas, because next year, where are they going? They're going to be in the SEC.
They're going to be in the SEC.
Yeah. So this is kind of a message sent, man, that hey, we're coming to play. Just beat one of your top 2 teams in that conference. So, man, I don't know. I like seeing it. I like Texas football being back. I think when Texas football is good, and of course your Pennsylvanias and Ohio's and Florida, I think when that's good, football is good, right?
Yeah.
Don't you guys think it's good for football?
1,000%.
USC, when USC's good.
Right.
USC rolled yesterday. Oh my God! What, 49 points in the first half or something?
Caleb Williams, man, oof. He's unreal.
He is.
Did you guys hear that he's not even certain he's going to declare this year? I think it's bullshit, right? Because he's just seeing who has the number 1 pick. He's just going to see who has.
He wants to be number 1. He wants to be number 1 for sure.
Well, I think he is going to be. I think he wants to go to not a fucking terrible team though. I think he's going to do the Eli. I think he's going to do the Eli Manning thing and go like, I don't want to go to Arizona.
Yeah, I'm not going to play there.
Does it look to you guys? I mean, speaking of, does it look to you guys like maybe Arizona is tanking for that?
They're not going to be very good.
No,
they're not.
That's
a tough one though, man. I don't know.
Aren't they starting? What's his name? Dobbs, the quarterback. They just traded for him, and he's going to start week 1 for him. And we're like, what the fuck are you guys doing?
They let Colt McCoy go, and I don't want to get too big into the Cardinals, because quite honestly, guys, I'm not paying attention enough. I just know, Murray's out, and then they let Colt McCoy go, who's a proven backup in the NFL.
He is a proven for sure.
And they just release him.
Yeah,
and they're starting somebody that, with all the problems the Steelers have had at quarterback, until recently, all the problems they've had at quarterback, finding anybody to step in for a starter. And then they take a guy that was third on the depth chart at Pittsburgh and make him a starter. I mean,
it seems it's a little sketch, man. It's a little bit sketchy.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. I don't know. I mean, some of these organizations, it happens every year, though. There's some team, hell, they did it to Miami years ago when they drafted Tua. They were tanking for Tua until, oh, wait, they won and didn't get the number 1 pick, which they wouldn't have taken Tua anyway. They would have went with Burrow that year. But again, it happens every year, and it's possible. I mean, it's very possible in these front offices. They're like, okay, we want to be as bad as we can to get the best draft we can so we can start to rebuild. Because we know we're going to suck this year. It could be, I don't know, man. But
you're talking about rebuilding. You're talking about rebuilding, and Kyler Murray isn't even in your. I mean, I haven't heard his name at all. Have you guys? All I keep hearing about is the Caleb Williams sweepstakes, and
right.
I mean,
and Kyler Murray just signed an extension, right?
You're sitting there with Kyler Murray. Life can't
just signed a big extension.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Oh, well, look at what Burrow just signed. Are you kidding me?
Holy
Nick
shit.
Bosa with the Niners just signed a 5-year, $170 million deal.
Yeah.
Are you shit? $32 million?
With 122 of that guaranteed as an edge
Exactly. And it's like the amount of money that the NFL is pumping out nowadays is just mind-blowing to me. It's absolutely mind-blowing to me.
It's crazy that there's a cap. It's crazy that there's a fucking cap, because you're like, how do you do that? For the Niners, don't they have? So Bosa's the highest paid defensive player, right?
Ever history, yes.
Beating out his brother,
Trent Williams, but Trent Williams, their left tackle, is the highest paid offensive lineman. Christian McCaffrey's the highest paid running back.
How they work these numbers?
Yeah,
I don't know how they work them to fit under the cap, and it's almost like the cap should be almost gone. I mean,
but isn't that the benefit of not, having Brock Purdy being your quarterback on a fucking league minimum, on a league minimum deal? Or I'm sure he makes more than that, but not much more.
No, he's still on his rookie deal, man.
Yeah,
and he as a 7th round Mr. Irrelevant. That's what I'm saying.
You're not making.
He's not making shit. But see, there's right there is where it's all at. You're not paying one guy $50 million a year.
Yeah.
No.
You know what I mean? And you're not holding your franchise hostage. And that's what inevitably is going to happen with all these big signings, especially at the quarterback position. That's what's going to happen. Your team will be held hostage. It might not be this year, not next year, but down the road.
Oh yeah.
Your team is gonna hurt because of that. But again, that's what the market is.
Yeah.
Hey, real quick, guys, we kind of skip right past it, everybody. What's everybody drinking today? Because I know that we are here. Oh, I just saw Tyler's got go ahead.
I just finished one.
The blue cans, no corn cans.
Oh shit, there that got all over my computer. Yeah. Busch Lights, baby.
Busch Lights. What about you, Jimmy?
Coors Light, Mountains of Blue.
Attaboy. I'm gonna be going to that, but I gotta finish these up first because 'tis the season, boys. And this is this is from Bayern Brewing over in Missoula. This is their Oktoberfest. Real quick on them. I think he started that brewery in '87, but the owner, Jürgen Noller, is born and raised and a master brewer from Germany. So this is an old style dark Marzen lager. These are so damn smooth, and obviously now's the season, man. Hit a beer store, you're gonna find Oktoberfest everywhere.
Dude. Colder mornings, a sweatshirt in the morning type weather.
I gotta use I gotta use the restroom just thinking about drinking that beer.
Yeah, that's not my deal.
I love it.
Hey,
I got one for you guys. So I've been if you want to, I just realized a way to get drunk really fast. I didn't just realize it, but so I've been doing some intermittent fasting. So I try to eat in like a certain amount of hours, 8-hour window for the day. And as it went yesterday, I ate a pretty light lunch, which was my first meal of the day because I was breaking my fast. So actually it was my break fast.
Gotcha.
How clever.
That is super clever.
I
You're
did,
so smart.
honest to God, I didn't know that. I didn't know why the fuck they called it breakfast. I had no idea. I didn't even know what fasting was before like 6 weeks ago. But light lunch, right? Start getting into some beer skis. There's we go to this little birthday party, and by 6 o'clock, I was sleeping in the back of the Suburban. Not my finest moment, but I mean, as somebody who can drink a fair amount of beers and function.
So what you're saying
I didn't think I went overboard yesterday, but
you think
my
your
body
theory
told me
is that
different.
this intermittent fasting makes you get drunk faster to
Yeah,
where you have to sleep in the back of a Suburban.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
I think those two things go hand in hand.
Absolutely, too.
How's that working out for you, Ty?
Intermittent fasting?
I mean, because I don't care what diet you're on. When you drink a 30 bomb a day, any diet on the planet goes right out the window.
Yes.
And, everything you worked for. Because listen, man, it was an old fat man. I've tried a whole bunch of shit and none of it works because I can't lay off the mountains, man. Can't lay off the Coors Light.
Green or blue.
I tell myself every day at work, I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to drink today. And then by the end of the day, the shit that has happened at work and everything else, I'm like, I need a beer.
Jimmy, that happens to me every day. Every day. And it doesn't matter. It could be a Saturday that I didn't work and the mower fucked up. When I was trying to mow the yard, I get pissed off. I'm like, fuck it. I need a beer.
Or the Mets game comes on early.
Oh, we don't
today it's Mariners are at 10, Ravens are at 10, Seahawks at 1. I mean, it's the first weekend of football.
This is a full day, man. But we got to hit on because we talked about this a while earlier stuff, guys. I told you how impressed I was with Jared Goff. I felt like Jared Goff got hosed when he got traded. And the trade was the smart trade. I get that. But Jared Goff was a very good quarterback. And he got sent to the abyss, which is Detroit. But Detroit was coming up last year. And what they just did going into Arrowhead on Thursday night and beating Mahomes, and something you and I talked about earlier, Tyler, it really makes you look at the Tyreek Hill not being there for Mahomes. How many drops did that kid have? 4?
Darius Toney
had
like
5?
4, I think.
Yeah,
big, guys, very costly.
And then watching Detroit run against KC, and so you gotta, their two biggest stars outside of Mahomes, obviously, their two biggest stars were out of that game. I'll tell you right now, if Kelsey is in that game is different.
No, if Kelsey's in, I think they win it
100%.
because they only lost by 1 point. So I agree.
He's an absolute game changer.
Well, and the fact is Mahomes will just stop throwing to anybody else. If you can't catch the football, he's not going to throw it to you.
Yeah, just force
feed it. That was out of necessity because he wasn't there. They don't have that number one. They're trying to make somebody a number one that's not a number one. And, maybe that Sky Moore kid, maybe he comes on and we'll see throughout the season. But that's 100% Travis Kelce missing that game because Mahomes would literally throw him every ball if everybody else is dropping it.
Oh, yeah. And I guarantee, and again, it was 21-20. So Detroit pulled it out by 1. And I guarantee you, if Kelsey's on the field for a quarter, the Chiefs win. Because there will be a score in there. I believe it. I do. 100%.
Well, at the end of the game, I mean, he's marching down the field with Kelsey.
Mm-hmm.
Right? If he's in there, he's marching down the field and we're looking at a game-winning field goal.
Exactly.
Instead of drops to go for 6 the other way.
Isn't it crazy? Like a 3rd and 17, and you're like, they're gonna fucking pick it up.
Right.
Like Mahomes.
It's like you're anticipating
so it. Like, a 3rd and 17, the one that Tony dropped again, that would have been a first down. You're like, they're gonna get it. I bet they're gonna get it. He just stand back there, rip it down the field, and you're like, fuck. I've just seen it so many times.
Or with his legs. or with his legs.
Yeah. Yeah, just seeing it. Something. Patrick Mahomes is unreal.
But
just going back to the Jared Goff thing, though, like, does Detroit have their quarterback?
I believe it.
He was supposed to be a placeholder, right? Like, he was, by all accounts, he was just going to hold the place until they got the next guy in the draft. But now they're fucking good. Yeah, now they're competitive. They're tough.
I think they still will try to draft their quarterback of the future. I mean, Goff's been around for a little bit. But I think the kid, I mean, I got to give him all the credit in the world.
He's an NFL starting. He's an NFL starting quarterback like every day of the week, right? There's a team that would have Jared Goff as their quarterback.
Oh, absolutely.
Bottom line is Dan Campbell loves him. I can't say enough about him. He's just Dan Campbell's guy. He's tough. He's gritty. Doesn't bitch. Doesn't complain. He's a leader in the locker room. That's who Dan Campbell surrounds himself with. And I think we're seeing it right now with Detroit. Their defense looked good. Even though, they're missing KC, but Detroit's defense looked good. Mahomes didn't have a whole lot of time back there. He was getting rushed. He was getting hurried. And they're young. Detroit is young. They could be good for a few years.
The biggest difference I saw with Detroit, both sides of the ball, vastly improved from even 3 years ago. And that's not normal when you're talking about the Lions, man. I mean, normally the Lions are like, that's a win. Right. You're playing the Lions. But I'm telling you, I love seeing it because you know how we talked before about parity and if it's achievable in the NFL. It is kind of getting to that any given Sunday, you know. I mean, who would have thought that the Chiefs would have lost, even without the weapons they had at home opening the season? Nobody. Defending Super Bowl champs. I wouldn't have thought it, but it happens. You know what I mean? So
I actually called that game, but in all fairness, I called it because Kelsey and Chris Jones are out.
It's hard for me to.
I called Detroit winning that game, just simply because of that reason. Them guys are healthy. I don't think they lose.
Did you put some money on it?
Pick Detroit, huh?
Did you put some money on it?
Nah, just a beer.
Do you have that in Colorado? Do you have where you can go to any place and do sports betting? You know, like
no, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not really into that. I'll be honest with you. I don't understand it a whole lot, you know, when you're looking at odds, and there's so many things that you can bet on during the course of the game.
Oh, of course.
Over unders, all that shit. Yeah. And I don't understand any of it enough to put my money.
Just waste your money to throw your money.
Yeah.
At least if you're in Vegas, you can walk up to your money where your mouth is and tell them exactly what you want to bet on.
It's just between buddies and beers and shit like that. Like we got
the amount of shit
today.
The amount of shit that we talk. So, put your money where your mouth is. You're like, I'd just rather talk.
I'd just rather buy you a beer.
I'd just rather just keep talking and just keep bullshitting and make something up that probably isn't even right.
Two things
that I'll later find out wasn't even right.
Two things real quick, because I guarantee you, I know that the Majestic Lion actually watched this. I saw the UFC 293. Okay, was it in Australia, right? Yeah, in Melbourne. Sean Strickland, the new middleweight champ. I would have never called it. I didn't expect the style bender to look as slow and sluggish as he did. But it was obvious. I mean, and it's hard to win a unanimous decision and you don't already have the title. I mean, so it was very obvious that Strickland completely just won the whole fight. I saw that fight. Did you guys watch it?
Sports betting, I didn't see it. No, I didn't rent it because one, that was the only good fight on the card, or it was a title
right,
fight,
and he was a replacement. He was a replacement, Strickland for.
And I thought Izzy would run away with it. I didn't want to waste another $80 on a UFC pay-per-view that you're like, well, this fucking isn't that good.
That's actually kind of what I thought too. But I found a way to stream it.
But out of my I arose this morning. out of a drunk coma and went, "Oh fuck, Sean Strickland won."
Dominated. He didn't just win. He dominated.
Unanimous. I mean, it was a unanimous decision.
He just looked
5 rounds with Izzy. I mean, fuck, dude. If you won, if you stand there for 5 rounds and fight with Israel Adesanya,
and it was
good on you, man, and then win.
It was 4-1. So 49-46 or whatever. So it was lopsided, and the round that they gave Izzy, kind of questionable.
I didn't see that one. I questioned that one too because I was like, I didn't think he won a single round.
Yeah, wow. I didn't either. But Strickland, they put up a stat about how many times Izzy missed or didn't land compared to punches thrown, and it was unbelievable. But when you're watching it, I'm watching this, and he's just batting Izzy's hands out of midair every time he'd throw.
Yeah.
Strickland
Izzy looked really slow, man. He looked really slow and sluggish.
And then not only that, but let's face it, Izzy ran the last 3 rounds.
Yes, he did.
He ran.
Yeah, he didn't want to get anywhere near.
Chased him, walked him down. But it wasn't that exciting of a fight because it was very one-sided. Number 2, Izzy was running, so Strickland was chasing him. But when he did catch him, he caught him.
Oh, big time. And it was obvious, and I agree with you. I didn't think he won a single round. They gave him one. I didn't see that round.
Yeah, I didn't see a clear round that Izzy won.
And other than that, I mean, the card wasn't overly like jam-packed with stuff I wanted to see, so I just kind of found a way to stream that fight. You know what I mean? Because that was the one that I wanted to see. But I literally thought Adesanya was going to just destroy him. I didn't know that much about Strickland.
Yeah.
You know, so I was kind of like, okay,
Sean
so
Strickland
I'll at least watch this one.
He seems like a dickhead. Like, he seems like the kind of guy that, like, you don't want to fight him, obviously. Right. But a guy that you just, like, he just seems very confrontational. He seems like a guy that, like, just likes to fight with people. You know what I mean? Like that.
He's in the right line of work.
He seems fucking dangerous.
Yeah.
Which is like he's in the perfect profession. Like, you want to talk about somebody that was made to do what he's doing? Sean Strickland. He seems like he just likes to fucking fight.
He fits the mode.
Yeah,
definitely fits. You know what else?
He seems scary. He seems scary. Like, there's all those guys, right, are so talented. They're so dangerous, but like, there's some guys that like have a look in their eye that you're like, okay, like, I'm gonna walk on the other side of the street.
Yeah. On a personal note, I called the last 2 championships, called O'Malley, and I called Strickland. And
you called Strickland?
Oh yeah. In all fairness,
we have got to teach you how to get into the sports betting shit, because you can make some.
In all fairness, guys,
he was like plus 650 to win. He was a huge dog,
huge underdog. They were saying the second biggest underdog to ever win.
Yeah, he's like a 5-1. Yeah,
was it Matt Serra? I think it was when Matt Serra won.
Could have been, but they said it was the second. But and I just called it with my heart, you know. I wanted to see Strickland win, so I was like, yeah, fuck it. I'll put a little bit down on Strickland.
We always
do the group of guys. Yeah, the group of people that I watch the UFC with and stuff. We're in one of my buddy's shops. He's got the big setup, you know, and stuff, and so we watch it there with pretty much the same group of people every time. And so we all just put money in and we bet that way, kind of like 2-to-1 odds, shit like that. And so we don't really go with the Caesar Sports Book or whatever it is.
That actually sounds really fun. I like that idea. Just going to somebody's shop and just
fun. But yeah, I had Strickland, and I called O'Malley too.
That's pretty cool. You know what I did see, and Tyler had talked about this before. I watched it. Obviously, I didn't see it live. It was on Friday. But I have never really watched a full fight in like the bare knuckle. Okay, this was Gamebred. Yeah. Is that Masvidal's thing?
Yeah.
Yep. Gamebred.
Yep.
Okay, so but the reason this one jumped out at me was Junior Dos Santos and Fabricio Werdum. Okay, both of them ex-heavyweight UFC champs, right? Junior Dos Santos, I remember him and Cain Velasquez. That fight was epic. But I'm sitting there going, they're going bare knuckle. And it was a nothing happening fight, man. But I'm going to tell you something. These guys hit so hard. DeSantos at the end of the fight, it was only 3 rounds, didn't have a mark on his face. He lost a round, 1-2, and won by split decision. But this Fabricio Werdum, he literally, his face looked destroyed. He looked like he had an eye falling out and off and just blood. And it was just from jabs, man. DeSantos hit so hard. I had never really watched that before, man. I don't know if I can get into it as much as I could like the UFC. It was
dude, the bare knuckle shit is fucking cool though.
It's
those guys,
I mean,
dude, they're fucking
just like,
they brawl, dude. It's
that's just crazy shit to me. Sorry, but it is.
Yeah.
It's just crazy shit. 2 guys, especially those guys, they how many
monsters
knockouts do they have between them? You know, the UFC with gloves on, and now they're saying, "Nah, let's just take the gloves off and let's just put them both in a ring." And
DeSantos
and
is
don't
like 39
and also
years old.
Don't worry about takedowns. Don't worry about any ground defense. You guys are just gonna stand there, no gloves, and fucking punch each other in the face.
Werdum tried to take him down, but it didn't work. But I'm telling you, DeSantos is like 39 now, and all of a sudden at 39, after a storied career, you decide to go bare knuckle. I don't know if he's hurt.
Is he 39? I would have guessed he was even older than that.
See, I would guess he was. Wow. I didn't think he was that old, simply because he was so young when he was in the UFC. He was really young.
Yeah, he looks old though.
Yeah, and I always wondered whatever happened to Dos Santos, because he was one of my favorites. And yes, you're right.
Me too.
The Velasquez fights, and he was one of my favorites. I thought, I'd see him around for a long time. Then all of a sudden, just kind of dropped off the face of the earth. And
for 39, that boy looked old.
Pops back up in bare knuckle.
And it makes is it like Masvidal like convincing these ex-UFC guys like, hey,
I think a lot of people like Jorge Masvidal. I think he's like, hey, dude, you can come make some money.
Like Jorge Masvidal. How could you?
Agreed.
Dude, he just talks. He just says he's like a milder version of the Diaz brothers. They say whatever the fuck they want to say.
Yeah.
He's been
fighting zero fucks to
Jorge Masvidal has been fighting his entire life.
Yeah.
He was fighting under the Kimbo Slice shit on the internet before, like, dude, I remember watching him on the internet, like typing it in, these fucking fights when like bum fights. I don't know if you guys are a little older than me. But yeah, the back alley. But I don't know if you guys ever saw like bum fights. Because you guys are a little older than me. Yeah, that was a thing. Like, that was all during the same shit. And Jorge Masvidal was like a fucking teenager. He was a teenager, dude. He was fighting. He popped a dude's eye out. No. That was Kimbo Slice. But he was fighting in backyards in Dade County as like a teenager, fighting grown men.
He's just
crazy.
Oh, hey, you want to talk? So you said Werdum's face is all fucked up, right?
Oh
so
man,
that wanted me.
Bad, dude.
So, I know a couple other people that I would say maybe they're made for radio, not YouTube. And I would say that's probably Cocktails and Curveballs. So that's a great into big breaking news, right? We got a big announcement.
Huge
big announcement for people that don't want to see our faces and maybe just want to listen to our voices.
For people that have a hard time dealing with our faces and getting onto YouTube and doing the whole thing, man.
Yep.
On Spotify, Cocktails and Curveballs. Go find us. You're cruising in your car around at work or going cross country, taking the family. You want to listen to something fun. Hit us up. Spotify. Yeah. I'm super excited to be there, man. So come check us out.
Yeah, it's a big deal. It's big for our podcast and stuff. And it's the same as all of our other shit, Instagram, Facebook, now Spotify, YouTube. It's all just Cocktails and Curveballs. So nice and easy.
Awesome.
Hell yeah.
Awesome. And
find us
a big shout out goes out to the young man that made this happen, and of course his family. But yeah, it's just huge that you can just listen to us going down the road. You don't have to download YouTube or anything like that. You just listen to us going down the road. Hit us up on Spotify.
Yeah,
like and share it.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Listen, I don't even pay for the premium because I pay for Sirius XM, so I don't pay for the premium Spotify. I just have the standard free version, and I'm listening to our podcast. I'm like, all right, okay, this is cool. So you don't even have to sign up or pay anything. Just get the free version of Spotify. Come check us out, man. You can get us there.
Yeah, no shit, it's free. Our content's not that good. That would suck. That would suck if somebody had to pay to listen to us, because I don't think we'd have very many people listening. Not that we do now, not that we do, but and it is free. But if we had to charge people to listen,
yeah.
Well, except for maybe parents and things of that nature that might throw us a bone.
Yeah.
Or somebody loses a bet, you have to subscribe to this.
Yeah, that's what. Damn it, that's what we should have done. Because nobody fucking signed up. Nobody wanted to play fantasy football with us. But that's what we should have done, is made the loser subscribe to all our stuff.
No shit. Okay, so let's get some more traction and do it next time.
Yeah,
and let's get more people. Let's actually get on something like that. That would be a lot of fun.
Let's start a little earlier.
Agreed.
People that I know that follow us and stuff. They've asked about it, and I'm like, well, you've got to let us know that you want to do it,
right?
Oh, there's a comment section, all this shit that you want to do it. You can't just say, hey, when are we playing fantasy football? Well, you didn't let us.
We
know
aren't.
Play. Yeah. Anyway,
right on, guys. So we
predictions. Yeah, I mean we're getting pretty close to wrapping this one up. Steelers. Who the Steelers got?
49ers, baby.
Ooh, fuck.
Right out of the gate. Ooh. Yeah. Hey, I'm excited.
Is it in Pittsburgh or is it in the Bay?
It's in San Francisco. Yeah, or wherever.
Santa Clara.
Yeah. But I'm excited, man. This version of the Steelers, I'm liking it. The Pickett, growing up, Pickens.
Yeah, I'm not excited to see that Pickens guy.
Yeah, and that Warren kid. Tell you what, Najee Harris.
Yeah,
find himself splitting snaps, and they're even talking about that right out
already.
Of the first game, splitting snaps. Yeah. So it's exciting, man. It's football season.
I know. It's in full swing.
Season. Already been to an Air Force game.
Yeah, high school. Nice. High school football's rolling.
Big time. Big time.
So it's football season, boys, and we got all kinds of shit to talk about every day.
Yeah. Oh man, this is the best part of the year, man. When the NFL
Dolphins
starts. Dolphins have to go to California too and play the Chargers, and that's gonna be tough. Tua and Justin Herbert. The problem is, the thing that pisses me off being a Dolphins fan, again, Terron Armstead, our best offensive lineman by far, Pro Bowler we got from New Orleans, out. Game one. Well, we didn't really address our offensive line as well as I thought we should have.
Was he the one that was smoking that bong? Who's that?
No.
That was that was Larry Tunsil. That was Tunsil. Yeah.
Tunsil is with the Texans, but yeah. But no, so this guy, he's out. I worry about, protecting our quarterback. Obviously, Tua has been hurt a lot, and the Chargers beat us last year. Yeah, they beat us last year, but I mean, we'll see. I mean, we got weapons for days on both sides of the ball.
Have you noticed real quick? Have you noticed Tua? He looks like a whole nother guy.
He gained like
some weight. Yeah.
25, 30 pounds of muscle.
He looks good.
I ain't shitting you.
He still looks 25, good, though?
30 pounds
he didn't go on the Ezekiel Elliott diet?
No.
Do you see Zeke like completely looks like, I don't even know what he looks like right now with the Patriots. He completely shaved his fro and is all clean shit. I'm like, who the hell is that running back with the Patriots?
Dude, I barely recognize
Ezekiel Elliott.
So when you look at somebody, and I know we've all done it, when you look at somebody, you can just tell motherfucker's going to be fat when he gets old. You know what I mean?
Yeah, motherfucker. I'm looking at everybody right now. I can see everybody right now.
What
are you trying to say, Jim? I mean,
Zeke, listen, man,
where are you going with this?
Being a Buckeye fan, watching Zeke in college and I just looked at him. I mean, even when he was in college, and I said, "That's one of them boys. He's going to be big when he gets older. He's going to be that."
I think people say that about me.
Big.
Yeah.
But no,
he's
one
got
of
like a wide
favorites.
head, right? Like his.
Oh yeah.
Suckers looks like a German Rottweiler, just great big head,
boxy head.
German Rottweiler.
Yeah. Yeah, because there's other kinds of Rottweilers.
I don't fucking know.
I don't
That's
either.
crazy.
I'm going to go with Jim on this one.
I'll believe it. Yeah, I mean, I don't have anything to dispute that, so I'll just.
But
not even a little bit.
All in all, Zeke, I'm sorry if you ever do pick this up. I'm sorry, but he's one of my favorites to ever play at Ohio State. So
and also,
but you're
and also look at us, and also look at us. I'm allowed to call people fat.
Hey, I'm one of them people
because I'm fat.
I own it. I'm one of them people that people looked at early on and went, "That motherfucker's going to be fat."
When I was a fat kid, people looked at me and said, "Yeah, he's going to be fat when he's older because he's fat now." Motherfucker just is fat. It's okay,
Yeah,
that's outstanding.
All kinds, man. It takes all kinds.
Well, so in reality, what do you think the chances are that Ezekiel Elliott will ever watch this episode of Cocktails and Curveballs?
Slim. I'd say it's slimmer than him. I'd say slimmer than him.
Way slimmer than him or me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh hell, boys! You guys want to get on some curtain calls?
Oh, I got one. This isn't really
Pat didn't die.
Is Pat not here?
You can't do a curtain call to Patrick because he didn't die. He's okay. Is he? We're not sure.
I didn't even notice he wasn't here.
We don't know legally what he's going through. We'll have to find out. But he did not die, nor did I previously or get a nose job. But I'm pretty sure legally he's going to be fine. Yeah, no, I did.
Actually, you know what? I didn't hear I didn't hear nothing about the Cardinals or the Dolphins. So that makes sense that Pat's not here.
St. Louis But a curtain call will be something that Pat will appreciate when I do my curtain call.
Okay, mine is not so much a curtain call because I think that this person is not cool. So it's just like we've talked about bumper stickers, right? We've talked about that shit before. I was behind somebody that had a bumper sticker that said "My grandchild is a dog." It was like a paw print with a white writing, Yeah.
Yeah.
How fucking bad do you want to tell people that your kids have not had kids? Like, why on this planet would somebody put that on their fucking bumper?
That's one of them weird fucking dog people. I mean, I love dogs.
It's not even maybe I don't. It's just a weird.
Could be one of those things that they just prefer dogs over children. I mean, there are people.
It didn't say my child is a dog. It said my grandchild is a dog.
I don't get it. Hey man, different strokes for different folks. I have no idea what the hell they're doing there.
First off, who's putting fucking bumper stickers on their vehicles anyway? Who still does
resale value?
1973.
We're talking resale value here, people. Do not put bumper stickers on your foot. Don't put stickers on your shit.
The back in the day, it was the peace symbols and the flowers in the 70s on a Volkswagen. So trust me, those days are over. Let's get rid of them, please. Some of the ones in the back windows are pretty catchy, though.
My grandchild is a dog. You know what would be cool, actually, if my grandmother put that on her car, but it was DAWG.
Yeah.
That would
now
be
you're
cool.
talking.
That would be fucking cool. Now I would get that. I could respect that. That shit would be fucking cool, and I might send that to my grandmama.
Copyright that. Cocktails and curveballs.
My
Let's make those, man.
Dog.
DAWG.
Yeah,
I like that one.
Fucking yeah.
Okay, real quick, I'm going to do this, and Patrick will appreciate this one, even though he's not here, and hopefully he doesn't spend time in the Fed pen. Tyler Van Dyke, quarterback, Miami Hurricanes.
That's a hell of a name.
5 touchdown passes, man, 374 yards. This is the part of the season where, being a Hurricanes fan, you get all excited. They start off the season strong, they win a few games, and then they go dump 6 or 7 in a row, and life is terrible. So I still got high hopes, but Tyler Van Dyke, man, he gamed up, and I'm hopeful that it'll continue. So my curtain calls to him for sure. Great job.
my curtain call, I got two of them. Real quick, I'd like to mention the passing of one of the greatest, I don't know, just pure artists, songwriters, singers, entertainers. Jimmy Buffett, man, passed away in Margaritaville. Can't tell me there's anybody out there that hasn't heard Margaritaville or some version of it or whatever. That's Jimmy Buffett, and that's kind of the way he lived. But the big one goes to Colorado Buffaloes. Man, they're looking good. Deion's got them playing. They look fast. They just the two games that TCU, which was in the national championship game last year.
Yes.
They made them look slow, in my opinion. And Nebraska, I won't even get into that because Nebraska just traditionally is. But
do you think Trevor cried?
I think he saw it coming. I think Trevor saw that coming.
I think he did too.
Well, they were supposed to be 0-2.
Trevor's a big he's a big Nebraska guy. I think he saw it coming.
Well, no, yeah. Jimmy, I agree. The speed on both sides of the ball with Deion there and the people I'm just like, oh my God. No, I don't think they're going to win every game, boys. But...
And really, the proof is in the pudding.
Yeah.
Did you make that?
Do you know? I don't know
that I trust you.
So okay. Anyway, those are my curtain calls. Cheers.
Yeah. Cheers.
Okay. So by the way,
proof is in the pudding.
On the Jimmy Buffett, the day he passed, my fiance and I literally went and grabbed our Margaritaville shirts that we got from one of his places, because it was a big deal, man. Everybody knows that song. So I dig those curtain calls, boys. Well, hey, big day. We got to go get to some football, boys. We got to go get to some football. And we're going to hammer on this again. But again,
the pudding is in the eating is actually the original saying.
What are you Googling?
I hope everyone knows
what you're Googling right now.
Huh?
No, you are now.
Did you say the proof is in the pudding, right? That's a saying. Well, I don't say it, but that is a saying. The proof is in the pudding.
You just said it.
Yeah.
Hey, it is a thing.
But it's because I was thinking about it and I went, what the fuck does that mean? And
so
actually,
let's try
that
to get some
originated as the proof of the pudding is in the eating, because you can't tell if pudding's good or not until you eat it. Just like this podcast.
Wow.
Just like this podcast. You don't know if it's good until you watch or listen to it.
We
on
need
YouTube,
people
Spotify,
to
Instagram,
literally
Facebook. You can email
we need people
us
there
at Gmail.
We need people there doing that and liking and subscribing, because hey, we might have to help Patrick with some legal issues, and lawyers aren't cheap. So hit us up, like and subscribe, and we'll see. Hopefully not.
Well, I don't know what legal issues do you have when you're having testicular replacement surgery?
Oh, well,
I think it's because he was trying to steal other ones, right? He was trying for the replacement. He was trying to steal them.
He was trying to.
I think he kept saying. He kept saying on the phone when I was asking him if he was going to be here. He kept saying "glory hole," and I'm not 100% sure if he knows what that means or not.
I'm praying to God that he doesn't, because. But again, the rumor has it that he had to go to the black market for one of these testiculars. And it's a little bit shady.
Black market, Lee? What is with you, dude? You can't say that. He just anymore, dude. It's 2023. You just say he's going to a market.
No, the black market is like the illegal,
can't say that.
Like, dark
you can't
web.
Say
that. Why not? Why not?
I
think you're meaning it in a different way than I'm meaning it.
Exactly. But no, so just in case, so go ahead, hit that like and subscribe, everybody, and come check us out. And don't forget Spotify, man. We're there. Anytime you just want to listen and have some fun, dial us up, because that's where we're at. Gentlemen, awesome. Let's do a great day, Sunday football, okay? Cheers, boys.
Football Sunday.